This is the Accsoon SeeMo. It turns your iPhone or iPad into a legit monitoring system for your mirrorless camera. And honestly, it's pretty dang good.
So here in the Moment channel, we talk a lot about how the phone in your pocket can be an incredible filmmaking and photography tool. And rightly so, the cameras are amazing. But on the flip side of that, you have an incredible screen that can be part of your workflow in the creative process.
Now, this is not brand new technology, it's just a little bit more accessible. Now, you can definitely download an app for your Sony camera. I think there's like the monitoring app, which is actually fantastic. If you have Zcam, you have the Zcam app. But for just a general use case for most mirrorless cameras, there isn't a dedicated app that allows you to use your mobile device to be a monitoring system. And this is where the SeeMo comes into play. Setting up the SeeMo is pretty simple. In the box, it comes with a USB-C to Lightning cable and a handy cold shoot adapter. On the device itself, it has HDMI, a 5-volt output, a video output, and a power button. Now, you do need a battery to power this unit, so it takes a Sony NP-F battery. In order for all this to work, you do need to download the free Accsoon app for you to navigate the menus. And just for a reference, I do have the Moment 13 Pro Max case on here, and you can see it fits quite snug right in here, so it won't fall out.
Now, what's been really impressive about the SeeMo is that it has a ton of features jam-packed into the app. And so I'm not going to go over everything, but here are the few things that I want to call out that I've used. Focus peaking, waveforms, false color, frame crops, and pretty much the most exciting one for me is anamorphic D-squeeze. I've been doing more testing with the Moment 133 anamorphic adapter on the Fujifilm X-H2S. However, the Fujifilm X-H2S does not have anamorphic D-squeeze in camera. So having the app to be able to D-squeeze to properly view your image is quite handy. So just to circle back around my opening statement, why is this even good? Well, to be honest, it's very convenient. This offers so many features that most of you probably won't even use, but it gives you the bare necessities, especially if you're not going to be purchasing a dedicated monitor for your camera. You can just use your phone with this little attachment to it, and you can just run and gun with that. So you can use your current phone, even your older phone, well, probably as old as the iPhone XR, but still, this gives you a ton of flexibility for any phones with large enough screens. And you get a decent viewing experience because most phones today are about 5 inches or bigger. And honestly, this is one tool I am happy to have in my kit for those situations where you just don't expect something to go wrong, and it does. Yeah, this has actually saved my butt a few times, actually.
All right, what's going on?
Well, we don't have the receiver for this. That was supposed to be in the kit, and it's not in the kit.
Yeah,
so so we found a solution while using their new it's called the SeeMo. The SeeMo, which is this device here, is running through my phone, and then the phone we have downloaded another app that allows us to view it on an iPad. So that's going to be like our director's monitor. So this actually came in handy for us to have a monitoring solution. So that's what we're going to do today.
But this without the streaming to the iPad is actually still pretty solid.
Yeah, like there's a lot of features on this one.
But look at the latency.
It's 1-to-1.
So good.
Or it's hard to see if it's like any slower.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, and that's another thing to note. Low latency is really, really good. Now, if you don't know what latency is, here.
Like I was saying, there's several shots I need to pull focus, so I'll be off to the side while Caleb was manning the slider, and I was pulling the focus as he was moving back and forth. And the fact that this has a low latency, since it's hardwired, this allowed me to see in real time the shot moving, so I can actually have the accurate pull from A to B, and that was super useful, and I had to say that's pretty handy.
Now, moving on to the cons of this, there's a few things you want to take. There are a few things to keep note of. One, what are the cons? The output of this device is 1080p, so it might be not as detailed as the back of your camera screen is, but granted, you are using a larger device, so you'll be able to see more of your composition, focusing, and all that jazz. So, you kind of had to play around with that. So another con is that you can't charge your phone while using the device. It's pretty much it is a bummer, because I mean it would be nice to be able to charge it while using it, but you can't. There's no way really to get around that. Maybe if you use a splitter, but I don't know how that actually works. So yeah, that's one thing that stands out to me the most. Now the whole device itself, it is plastic, but something to take note of. I don't count this as a con, but if you're not aware of it, then you might think you broke it. So the back of the device does come apart, and that little tray attaches to the cage system that they have for the iPad. Now that can be an issue if you're not delicate with this device. If you accidentally pull it off because you add too much tension, it's easy to kind of come off. So just keep aware of that. All right, y'all, this wraps it up for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya. Is it peaking this whole time? Oh crap.